this turns out to be a little bit more exhausting than we thought it would be. I definitely want to get more into astrophotography. It just feels so much like the good old travel days. This trip has just been incredible. I really love this place. This summer we've been on a trip to Austria for a little bit more than 3 weeks, and I know by this time summer is over and it's 2020 and we all know what happened in 2020. But my thinking is, if you're from the neighboring European countries or you're just looking forward to plan and dream a little bit about where to go in 2021, here is some inspiration on how to spend a lovely time in gloriously beautiful Austria. After a 9-hour drive from Cologne, we finally arrived in Kärnten in southern Austria. Or apparently Carinthia in English? Well, I don't know. We met up with Kat's parents, her sister and her boyfriend. We would live in a house in the mountains for about a week, and that already sounds pretty exciting to me. Since we already lived on this mountain, we decided to hike it up one day. Halfway there, we took a break in a mountain hut. You just gotta love Austria for those. The hike is nice and also not too exhausting, and after about 3 hours we eventually reached, well, not really the highest peak, but almost. Some of the days have been a little bit grey, but if that's how grey looks like, I'm all in for it. On a clear day, on the other hand, you could see all these beautiful mountain ranges all the way down to Slovenia. The next days we spent at lakes, exploring a little bit, and really, most of the time, just calming down from our usually so busy city and working lives. We even went to Venice for a day, but that's a different story for a different video, and it's also not Austria, right?
Macht's gut.
After saying goodbye, Kat and I moved on our own further down south to explore the Carnic Alps at the border of Italy and Austria. If you ever visit this area, I feel like you almost have to do the Gartnerkofel. After you take the cable car or chairlift, not sure which it is, it's just about an hour hike for an insane view. The whole ridge is just waiting for you to explore it once you're up there. Another reason we went further down south was to do the hike to Lake Wolayersee, a day trip to a remote place in the Alps, right at the border of Austria and Italy. Insane place, incredible, with a lake at about 2,000 meters in altitude. But again, this is a video of its own, and it's coming soon. While traveling Austria, we also took the chance to visit Mario and Doris in Styria, another state of Austria. We've met those two about a year ago in Indonesia, and you might have seen them in some of the other videos. They took us to the Styrian Tuscany at the border to Slovenia. To a Buschenschank, which basically is a traditional Austrian wine tavern, and also showed us the city they live in. Before we left, they told us that we need to visit one more place. Grüner See literally means green lake, and to be honest, I wasn't too excited visiting another lake, but see for yourself. After this, we stayed in a little village, pretty much, well, somewhere. And I wasn't expecting much, but then we went out at night and looked up. Night skies like these were the very reason why we planned to visit Gesäuse National Park from the start of this trip. Surrounded by mountains in the middle of Austria, this place is supposed to be one, if not the place with the darkest night sky on the European mainland. These photos were shot just about 5 to 10 meters away from our stay, kind of in the middle of the village at around 10 p.m. Effortlessly. I also tried to shoot my first time lapse, but yeah, well, I guess that happens sometimes.
I really love this place. Not only the national park and like the town, but also like the Airbnb we're having. It's basically one room with a bed, a couch, kitchen, not the bathroom, the shower, that's what that is. Yeah, everything pretty much in one room, and I don't know why, but it just feels so much like the good old travel days, like having literally the minimum, but this just feels so good.
Other than that, we did this in the national park. It's called Via Ferrata. Via Ferrata, not even sure what language this is, but Kat just wanted to do this so badly, so we decided why not hike up for 3.5 hours and around 1,600 meters in elevation before even starting the actual climbing trek.
This kind of turns out to be a little bit more exhausting hike than we thought it would be. Always wanted to do that. Don't know for what reason. Almost there.
Seriously, this mountain, terrible hike, especially the last part. But it's part of the experience and you gotta earn it, right? Yeah, it was a long day, but an incredible one. After this experience, we stayed on the ground for a while and, man, these lakes just... Austria has so many of these goddamn beautiful places. We also went to Hallstatt, or Hallstatt, the famous little town where basically everyone takes the same photo. Johnny Harris made an incredible video about that. It's normally pretty crowded and super touristy, but guess what? It's 2020 and there wasn't much going on. On the other hand, honestly, it was worth a visit for a few hours, but not really more. At this point, our time in Austria was coming to an end, and Kat was celebrating her birthday. What she wished for? To spend a night at a mountain cabin. And so we did. For one last time, hiking through the mountains of Austria and experiencing this peaceful calm you only get up here. What we didn't know before we came here though, this cabin is one of the very few in Austria from which you can see the sunset, as well as the sunrise. Wow, what a crappy time lapse. My top 3 takeaways from this trip definitely are: I need to work on my time-lapse skills, you've just seen it. I definitely want to get more into astrophotography and night photography because just damn. And last but not least, I love Austria. I mean, this trip has just been incredible. I knew before that I love the calm, I love mountains, I love a clear night sky, which is something we do not get where we live. But I wasn't ready for all this glory we're just so lucky, just so fortunate to witness. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm almost happy that I was kind of forced into visiting our neighboring country, which is a thing I've always missed for all these years that I'm alive, living on this planet, and been traveling the last few years. So the bottom line pretty much is, yes, I love Austria and I can't wait to get back. And if you from somewhere around Europe, if it's possible for you to travel, or if it's possible to travel again in the future, you definitely should come. I hope this video was interesting, inspirational, and if not, entertaining at least. And if you'd like to help me out, you can do that, and it's absolutely for free. You simply have to hit that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and give a sensual little rub to that notification bell, or just click it. That was weird. All right, that's it. Hugs and drugs, love and madness. Stay safe.